Hey folks, Reverend Aaron here with the weekly update for this week. I think it's January 29th, 28th, something like that. I don't know, the days, they run together. I just finished preaching the sermon for this Sunday and recording the service for this Sunday. It's an introduction to biomimicry, or to civic biomimicry, which is basically a really complex way of saying, let's learn about the patterns in the world, in nature, and figure out how they could teach us a little something about how to better organize life, how to better organize communities, how to better organize society. There are 3 books that I highly recommend on this subject of biomimicry. The first is Robin Wall Kimmerer's Braiding Sweetgrass. Wall Kimmerer is a citizen of the Potawatomi Nation and I think is also a professor of botany and biology. So she describes and, first of all, writes beautifully about weaving together her own scientific understandings as well as the stories that she was taught growing up as a member of the Potawatomi Nation. So that's book 1. Book 2 is Emergent Strategy by Adrienne Maree Brown. I've talked about this a lot. It is easily, I would say, one of the top 3 books that I've read. Adrienne Maree Brown writes about how we can use nature to inspire us in our own movement work and our own building for social justice, as well as the work of Octavia Butler. And the third one is a book that I'm actually, to be totally honest, about halfway through. It's called Undrowned by Alexis Pauline Gumbs. It is a book that looks at the Black feminist values that we can learn from marine mammals. It's a really lovely meditative book. So if you want to dive into this subject a little bit more, I highly recommend those books. After the service this week, we're going to be doing something a little bit different with Coffee Hour. You'll join, we'll let you in 1 or 2 at a time, and we will put you into different breakout rooms immediately. One of the breakout rooms will be a little receiving line to chat with me for 2 or 3 minutes. You'll request to be put into the waiting room for the receiving line, and then once no one is talking to me, we'll move you in if that's something that you want to do. We'll also have a waiting room or a breakout room to chat with Dean if you want to talk music, as well as one where you can talk about this week's sermon theme. And then finally, we'll have just kind of 2 general breakout rooms. As I think about it, it sounds a little confusing. That's okay. We'll all learn together. It's an experiment. And if things just don't work, hey, we can change. I'm all about throwing spaghetti up on the wall to see what sticks. So we'll probably have a little bit of time for announcements at the very beginning like we normally do. And then we'll just have a little bit more structure to the breakout rooms. Finally, this week on Wednesday, I'm going to start having a drop-in poetry class to look and to read at poetry as a sacred practice. It'll be at 9 o'clock on Wednesday mornings, now until whenever I decide to end it. There'll be about 5 or 6 spots, and you can sign up in advance for those spots on the Calendly link, which I'll send out in an email a couple of times. We will also likely be offering an evening one. I just need to get a sense of what my own schedule is like, so I can figure out when I can offer it in a way that doesn't impact my family too much. All right, friends, that's all I got. I hope you're doing well, and hope to see you Sunday morning at our virtual service. Bye.